Hello and welcome to another excellent episode of In the Toy Box. I'm Kevin.
And I'm Matt.
And we're on part 2 of DC versus Marvel. And in front of us we have the X-Men. And in that universe you basically have the X-Men versus Magneto, who is also, what would you call him?
Mutants.
A mutant, exactly. Yeah. And that's what's so fascinating about the X-Men, is that they're all mutations. They get these powers, some naturally from birth,
right,
and then others get them from
accidents
yes.
or experiments. And the interesting thing about it is that, especially a lot of them that got them through experimentation, they're mutants and they're considered outcasts.
Exactly.
So in the whole X-Men universe, the society is trying to rid themselves of these mutants. So they form their own bond.
Right.
So you have like heroes that are mutants, and you also have villains that are mutants.
You know, the bad guys essentially are the outcasts that feel like they want to take it out on the human race, and the others are basically taught by Professor Xavier to, use their powers for good.
Right. And he creates a home base for all the heroes of the X-Men.
Right.
And in front of us we have, as far as toys representing X-Men, we have Toy Biz's Famous Covers line,
yep.
which I think did probably one of the best lines for the X-Men. And in addition to, we have a 12-inch Wolverine that was produced by Marvel Studios.
Right.
And I think these figures, we've talked about it before, these figures are great. I think the packaging's great. I think the figures themselves are wonderful.
Yes, as far as the Toy Biz ones go, absolutely. They display awesome. They show a comic on every cover. And then on the inside, you have a beautifully detailed figure,
right.
Superposable, sometimes with accessories, and they're just excellent figures. And as far as the Marvel Studios ones goes, it came in a clear case.
Yes.
The detail to the costumes in that line is incredible. As you can see, Logan, his Wolverine character, he's wearing, in the end scene of the movie of the first X-Men.
That's right.
They all have those leather suits.
Yeah, that's right.
So that's basically what he's wearing. And it's almost like a Harley Davidson look. They make them really kind of like just, they look really aggressive. Yeah. So it's pretty neat. They did a really good job on those figures.
That's right. One of the characters in the movies, I remember them saying something about, like, we're all wearing leather, and the Wolverine's character said, what'd you expect, spandex? So
yeah, it's prime.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. One of the things I like, too, I wanted to make this distinction between the Marvel Universe and the DC Universe, was that everything in the Marvel Universe takes place in real cities, the real world. Like, you'll see not only these characters, but Spider-Man and everyone, they'll be in New York City.
Right.
They'll be in real towns and cities, whereas DC is all fictional cities and
Metropolis.
towns. You got Metropolis, you got Gotham City.
Right.
So I just wanted to point that out, that was one difference between the two worlds.
Yeah, it makes it seem a little more real. And also I think that since they're outcasts and they're just born with these mutations, it also makes you feel for them, Right. It gives them some sort of, you have a little love for the X-Men. I know I do, at least.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I need to learn more about them. I really do. And they're great. It's a great story, the X-Men.
Yep.
Some of the famous Marvel superheroes include Iron Man, co-created by Stan Lee and Larry Lieber in 1963 and appearing in Iron Man #1 in 1968. Tony Stark, a wealthy businessman, inventor, scientist, playboy, and philanthropist, suffers a chest injury while being kidnapped. His captors attempted to force Tony to build a weapon of mass destruction. He escapes by inventing and assembling a mechanized suit of armor, which ultimately saves his life. Once free, he builds additional armored suits and becomes Iron Man, devoting his life to combating criminals, and with Captain America, forms the Avengers. The Incredible Hulk appears in Marvel Comics in 1962. Scientist named Bruce Banner suffers exposure to gamma rays from detonation of an experimental bomb. A transformation occurs during his emotional stress. He becomes an oversized green monster with physical strength and rage. Dr. Banner and Hulk exist independently of each other, similar to Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Hulk's uncontrolled power is harnessed by Dr. Banner to aid the Avengers against evildoers. Thor made his presence known in 1962 as the Asgardian god of thunder, using his mighty hammer, summoning lightning and thunder as a defense against evil. He possesses superhuman strength and the ability to fly. Hawkeye is first introduced in 1964 as Clint Barton. His parents die in a car crash, which leaves him to run away and join a circus. There, he is mentored by a swordsman, but his mentor reveals himself to be a criminal.
I am Iron Man.
Witnessing Iron Man fighting for the cause of justice, Clint becomes a master archer and assumes the identity of Hawkeye.
Welcome to the world of Batman. Here we have the Batman family.
We certainly do.
We
and
do.
we have two different types, right? We have the 13-inch deluxe DC Direct figures.
That's correct.
That's right in front of us. And then on either side, flanking us, we have...
the Figures Toy Company, Batman,
Okay.
and Robin, and all the others. So pretty much we have Batman, and we have the Bruce Wayne figure.
Right?
We have Robin, and we have the Dick Grayson figure. And then we don't have Barbara Gordon, but we do have
Batgirl.
And
Right.
we have her father, Commissioner Gordon. And then we have, if anyone's not familiar with Nightwing, Dick Grayson, who is the original Robin, later becomes Nightwing when he leaves the Batman.
He kind of
fold,
does his own
does
thing.
his own thing.
Yeah.
Yes. So we have Nightwing here in the DC Direct, and we also have Nightwing in the Figures Toy Company.
Correct.
And then the last character we have Alfred.
Alfred. There would be no Batman without
wouldn't
Alfred. Let's be real. Yeah.
Who's going to clean the Batcave and keep everything in order?
Yeah, yeah. These are excellent figures. The small ones. And the boxes are all basically Mego
They're customs.
custom replica boxes.
Yeah.
But they're fun to look at. They're really nice size to collect and stuff. Whereas these mega giants in front of us,
Right.
they're excellent and awesome, but they're huge.
And the boxes that they come in are directly behind us with great artwork of each figure.
Right.
They're a little bit bigger than a 12-inch, 13-inch, and they are very sturdy.
Yes, they are.
The costumes are nice. They're like the cape feels like a leather cape.
Yeah.
I mean, it's great to the touch. They look great.
Yeah, a lot of details, and it looks like a combination of, I think you were saying earlier, it's like part comic, part like the TV show look, you know?
Exactly.
It really has a good, they look somewhat real, but their expressions are a little more dramatized and stuff like
Right.
that, so
Right.
yeah.
Right.
Excellent figures. The Nightwing too. I don't know much about Nightwing myself, so seeing that huge figure, I was like, wow, look at that guy.
Yeah, he's pretty cool.
He's awesome.
the mask comes off too. That's what's nice about these things too. Like Robin and Nightwing, both the mask that's covering his eyes is removable. I think he has 2 masks each for each of these figures.
Yep.
And especially with the Nightwing, I guess because he's supposed to be older than he was when he was Robin, obviously. And with the mask off, he kind of looks like Superman to me.
Yes,
he has
yes.
like that similar chin sculpt, and it's
And his flowing hair helps too.
Yes, yeah, the longer hair and everything.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, but I love these. I can't,
Yeah, I'm a Batman fan, like
Yeah.
through and through. Always have loved, and seeing these, especially the DC Direct, the 13-inch line, I was like, wow. Okay, I'm throwing my hat in the ring for the Batman figures this time around. The DC is doing it right.
Yeah. So 2 pluses for DC Direct, The World of Batman.
That's right. The Marvel and DC universe contain a fantastic array of female superheroes that are every bit as able and then some as their male counterparts. In the DC universe, there's the lasso-equipped Wonder Woman, a princess to the gods, who much like Superman possesses the power of superhuman strength, speed, and flight. This hero dons an iconic crown and indestructible cuffs. She's also a founding member of the Justice League. Batgirl is not only the police commissioner's daughter. She fights crime alongside Batman on the streets of Gotham City, where you'll often see her patrolling the streets on her Batcycle. Supergirl is the cousin of Superman and shares the same abilities. Donning a red cape and the iconic S emblem, she is a sworn protector of the human race. Marvel has its fair share of mighty maidens as well. The X-Men boast a fantastic female cast with the likes of Storm, Rogue, Scarlet Witch, Psylocke, and Jean Grey, who is reborn into the Dark Phoenix. An unstoppable force separate, and even more so when together. Each hero unique in their abilities and invaluable as part of the X-Men. The Fantastic Four rely heavily on the knowledge and power of the Invisible Woman. The daughter of Spider-Man, May Parker, known as Spider-Girl, swings on the scene laced with powers and even a costume similar to that of her father. The Avengers have the likes of Black Widow, a former spy and agent of S.H.I.E.L.D., alongside Captain Marvel, a former pilot who, through an accident, obtains superpowers and aids in helping the Avengers. These fantastic females possess awe-inspiring powers and are only a drop in the bucket of the world of female superheroes. Welcome to the custom toy segment of In the Toy Box, and let's just get right into it. Matthew and myself love Batman.
Absolutely.
And for the custom toys, in front of me, I have what used to be a Bratz vehicle. I don't know if you guys know what that is at home, but Bratz was like almost a Barbie type doll, and it had like a larger head though.
Right.
And of course, for that large head, they needed a convertible. And so when they came out with this vehicle, whomever made this custom decided this is perfect for the Batmobile. And
Sure.
it really is. It really is. It has a really sleek look. And in the back, it has like a little swoop up to it. These bat wings, if you will, are from or recycled from another Batmobile, just basically clipped and glued on. A nice coat of black on that convertible and some decals, and you've got a really sweet Batmobile.
Very nice.
It has an awesome look. And the best thing about it is it fits these. This figure is not custom, but the box is, however. We'll get to that in a second. But this is Figures Toy Company's basically the same thing as Amigo Batman, and it fits these size Batman like perfectly in here, you know. So Batman can really cruise around town. Yeah, and the box, it is custom, and it's made for that 8-inch Mego size, and it's basically modeled after, if you guys remember, the Toy Biz line of the Batman figures.
Yep.
So it has the same exact, you know, same exact artwork and logo and stuff. It's really neat. I noticed you have the same box in front of you, don't you?
Yes, but in it is another Batman from Figures Toy Company. It's the one with the removable cowl. So,
Love that one.
you know, so you get to see Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, exactly.
And actually, this Batman here is also a custom. Everything about it is custom. The body was from Figures Toy Company, the same as the clothes.
Okay.
The head was from, let me get this straight, the Mego Magnetic Batman.
Yes, it is.
I think it needed some touch-up paint because it was rather faded, so it was painted.
And what about the box? Is the box original or custom, or what is that?
The boxes are custom. Again, you can get them online. The guy who makes them does a really good job. He actually made all of these boxes that are right in front of me. Then we have this other Batman here is actually, he's a true Mego. He's a
Yep.
Mego Batman. When these were released, they were only released in the blue and the gray. This one's black and gray. So somebody was able to make the costume in black and gray. I'm not sure how they did it. I just think it's great.
Yeah, I don't know if hand sewed it or whatever. It's obviously that, you know, the groin area. You
Yeah.
don't see that, so.
I'm not sure how, but the mask, obviously, the headpiece was painted.
Yep.
But I mean, everything else, like they're right down to the boots, it's black where it should be blue. And I think that's fantastic. You know?
You know, it goes to show it doesn't really take too much to make a custom. You know,
No,
just a
it
little
doesn't.
bit of paint, change a couple things, and that can make a world of difference in a custom toy.
Yeah. I think the custom toys, I mean, granted, I mean, I like all kinds of different Batman figures that are out there. And there's plenty to choose from. But like you said, when it comes to a custom, it's just a lot of fun. You can have a lot of fun with it, right down to the packaging.
Yeah, make it exactly what you want, and somebody else might make it exactly what you want. You never knew you wanted it until you see it.
Right, right, and you end up with something that's totally different.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, I guess that's it. These one-of-a-kind creations.
That's it.
And we'll see you guys another time.
Yeah, and we'll probably continue with more of our love of Batman.
Hope so.
Some of the many superheroes of Detective Comics include Green Lantern, whose name refers to several individuals who call themselves Green Lantern Corps. They are an intergalactic law enforcement agency. The first Green Lantern was Alan Scott, who made his debut in 1940, fighting crime in Capital City and joining forces with Batman in Gotham City. Other Green Lanterns include Hal Jordan, Kyle Rayner, and John Stewart. Each member wears a Green Lantern ring, providing the source of their powers. Green Lanterns possess the ability to form solid green objects that can be controlled telekinetically. The Flash, whose name also refers to several individuals that exist independently as the Flash. In 1956, Barry Allen, a police forensic scientist, was struck by lightning while standing near a shelf of chemicals. The result: super speed and the ability to run faster than the speed of light. He is able to move and think quickly. He continues to work for the police, but hides his identity as the Flash. Aquaman, known as the King of Atlantis, surfaced in 1941 with superhuman strength, speed, and most importantly, telepathic control of aquatic life. He is half human and half Atlantean, and when ashore, he is known as Arthur Curry. Martian Manhunter, aka John Jones, who first appeared in Detective Comics number 225 in 1955. He is the last survivor of a civil war on his home planet, Mars. Making Earth his new home, he uses his skills as a detective while possessing such abilities as shape-shifting and invisibility. Welcome to a current toy review. Today we're reviewing the new toys from the new movie, The Batman.
That's exciting. I haven't seen it, but I am very excited to see it, and hopefully I will see it soon.
Yeah, I haven't seen it either. So I don't know too much about the film, only that the fact that over here where we have the toys, we have a Catwoman and the Penguin in it.
Right.
And I don't know if there's any other villains in it.
The Riddler's in it too.
The Riddler's in it too?
Yes.
Okay. So it sounds exciting. As far as the toys, we have some of these toys made by a company that I've never heard of before called Spin Master.
Right. Never heard of
And
him.
they put together this set of 12-inch figures with I think it's a bat cycle.
Right.
And then we have the new Batmobile, which I just laugh at this because every Batman movie, if it's a new actor portraying Batman, we're like,
Yep.
we got to come out with a new Batmobile.
Always.
So this one looks like a car from the 70s.
I think it's a take on the Dodge Challenger or Charger. I think it's a Charger.
Okay.
Yes, and it is. I actually like that. And everyone wants to see a new Batmobile, Matt.
Yeah.
It's
I mean, I do
practically,
too.
it's like
It's
you
just-
see a new Batman, you got to see a new Batmobile.
I just think it's funny.
It is funny. Yeah.
And with this line of toys, there are individual. This particular Batmobile comes with a Batman, and it makes sounds, which is pretty neat.
Nice.
And then I have two other figures here. I think we have a Batman and a Penguin.
Like 3.5 inch, maybe
Yep,
something like
similar
that.
to the original, Star Wars figures.
Right.
And then we have a Jada Toys version of this Batmobile.
Yep,
which
that's
is pretty cool.
it's nice. It's metal, right? And it has a little
Yep.
Batman figurine as well.
Right.
And then the two Hot Wheels.
Hot Wheels.
One's a little bigger than the other, and both
Which
awesome.
which I thought I liked the 1/64 scale, which is the smallest scale of the Batmobile, until I saw
The bigger.
the larger version.
Yeah.
And the detail on that is really cool. I
Absolutely.
mean, again, I haven't seen this car in the movie, but I mean, it looks really nice.
It's neat.
So, but what I wanted to say about like these 12-inch figures, in terms of we're reviewing these toys. So behind me is a toy from Hasbro, which is similar in make and everything. I've looked at the joints of those figures. I didn't remove them, but they have a lot of play. You can move their arms,
Right.
their legs, their knees bend. So you get the kind of an idea of what the movement is on these figures.
Right. It's pretty much the same. Yeah.
So they are pretty cool. And this is a Batmobile, not from the movie, but it's a Batmobile toy that Hasbro put out. And the reason I wanted to mention this was that I liked when they put out these toys, but they don't really put out Batmobiles for 12-inch figures.
Right.
And this is their version of a Batmobile for a 12-inch figure. And basically, it's you open up the top,
Hold this.
and the Batmobile,
It's just
you
a-
lie them in the Batmobile.
It's a coffin.
And to me, it's not really much larger than this version here.
Correct.
So that's my one gripe. So
Okay.
they haven't produced a 12-inch Batmobile for the 12-inch figures in this particular line, and I just wish that they would.
You hear it here? Spin Master. Is that what it is?
Yep.
Spin Master. Come on.
Yes.
Make
But
a 12-inch.
But it's not only that company. Companies in the past,
That's true.
same thing. They won't produce a car. And to me, it doesn't have to be a colossal car. Just something maybe twice this size, something comfortable for the the figure to sit in.
Yeah.
So.
You're right. It's missing something.
But I mean, still, the toys look great. I think it's a cool toy line. If I had to give it a rating overall rating of all these toys that's produced
Collectively.
for the movie, I'm going to give it a 4. out of 5 toy boxes,
Okay.
with 5 toy boxes being the best.
Yes.
And my rating for that is, again, I think it's great that they put out new toys for every single movie, but again, it's kind of like the same old thing.
Yeah.
I would like to see a new version of the Batmobile for one of these figures like they did with the Batcycle.
Sure. I'd give it maybe 3. I'm not the biggest fan of this style of 12-inch figure.
Right.
But I do like this Batmobile, and I do like the Hot Wheel stuff and the Jada Toys vehicle as well. I'm just a big fan of the vehicle,
Okay.
I think. But 3 out of 5 toy boxes for me, and I'm very excited to see the Batman.
That's right.
Thank you guys for joining us on another episode of In the Toy Box, Marvel vs. DC, Episode 2. And who do you think won this one, Matt?
I think DC definitely won this with their toys, their 13-inch DC Direct.
I agree.
The figures were fantastic. I think the movie toys, the new movie toys from the movie The Batman,
That's going to be
I
awesome.
think those are incredible with
Yep.
that new Batmobile. And I think hands down, DC won this episode of Marvel vs. DC.
Absolutely. Well, we'll see you next time.